everyone, I'm Modern Mulan with ICP Manila. Nandito tayo ngayon sa event ng Bitskwela, which is Bull or Bear, live in La Union.
I'm seeing a big uptick in the Philippines for people being interested in Web3 projects. And the gaming industry right now is a really booming industry for Web3.
The thing that has always excited us about Web3 is that it has this potential to really empower people because it removes the borders of geography. Like it doesn't matter if you're from the Philippines, you can still compete at a global level, and Web3 kind of enables that.
So what's important now is to educate people how you can apply it to your business and how you can take advantage of this new technology that the Philippines is uniquely positioned to take advantage of. No?
Hi everyone, I'm Modern Mulan and welcome to a very special episode of IC Stories Manila, Bull or Bear, La Union. So in this episode, bibigyan namin kayo ng recap of what happened during the event. Pag-uusapan din natin, syempre, ano ba yung bull or bear? Bakit ba ito mahalaga? Ano yung mga insights natin dito, no? Ano yung mga napulot natin sa mga speakers, sa mga panelists, and even yung mga content creators dyan. We also have very special guests. So papakilala natin sila sa inyo maya-maya. Ayan. So like I said, very exciting episode to. Dahil kung hindi man kayo nakapunta sa La Union, you will feel like nakapunta kayo dahil very detailed po ang kwento natin. So before we start the episode, let's say hi sa mga early birds natin, no? To everyone blowing up the chat. Hello, Akash. I love G. Let's go. Alkran. Hello. Alakran. Thank you so much for being here. Raja. Kian. Ayan. Nice seeing you again. Maraming salamat po. Ratna. Scout Martin, of course. Hindi ito episode ng IC Stories Manila kung wala si Scout Martin, di ba? Kaya Yani, NE, hello. Maraming salamat po. And reminder po, if you want to send in your questions, be a part of the conversation, very much welcome po yan because we're gonna pick yung mga best questions, 5 sa inyo. And then, as usual, i-reward natin with ICP. So, ayan, let's call in Sir Ape in Crypto and ask him, Sir Ape, what do you think about Bull or Bear?
Nakakatuwa actually, sobrang enjoy siya and ang dami natutunan, ang dami mo nakausap in terms of networking actually para sa ICP Manila, humahaba yung reach natin eh. So I think very relevant yung ginagawa nila Jiro actually ng Bitskwela.
Oh, let's give them an intro muna siguro of who
Go ahead.
Bitskwela is or what Bitskwela is and ano ba yung bull or bear, right? So para sa mga natin dyan, sa mga newbies, to give you a quick background on Bitskwela, they are a Filipino-led education platform. Basically, may mga modules sila, crash course about anything, everything crypto, Web3. Tapos they have them in English and ang maganda is in different Filipino languages. Kaya sila yung leading talaga in terms, personal opinion, sila yung one of the leading na nag-educate in the Philippines. And then isa sa mga initiatives nila is Bull or Bear or what we call BOB, which is a Philippine Web3 debate. This is an initiative na they started. I think pangatlo itong La Union, right, Sir Nelson?
That's correct.
The first one was in BGC, which you were a speaker there. Tapos we also covered that. And then the second one was in Davao.
Yep.
Then this one, yung third nga, is in La Union. The third of many more bull or bears to come.
Definitely.
So, ayun. Kagaya ng nasabi natin sa intro, we'll talk about bakit ba ito mahalaga. We also have Web3 advocates na mga speakers later on, no? So panelists sila and na-experience nila firsthand ng BOB. So how about you, Sir Ape? Ano nga ba yung naging main takeaway mo from this particular event, the one in La Union?
Yeah, I just want to congratulate the Vizcola team for continuously providing quality education actually with their website and with this in real life events, Bull or Bear, and it's constantly growing and we can see it grow talaga in the near future. I think importante dito ay mga tao, mga Filipinos ay maka-attend sana maski isa kasi regional ito eh. So pupuntahan nila lahat ng lugar sa Pilipinas, makaka-attend kayo. And yeah, join us and learn. You can ask directly yung mga influencers, yung mga key opinion leaders, very critical, and mga project owners like Stanibol, si Harry mamaya. And si Patty, Tew, malalaman natin later on kung ano yung mga stories nila. I think I just want to mention that yun nga, in ICP Manila, we want to spread the word of internet computer as a blockchain, as an ecosystem. Isipin mo para ka isang bansa, sino yung mga titira sa'yo? So yun yung mga projects na pupunta, titira dito sa bansa ni ICP. So we also need to scale, di ba? So di naman natin kakayanin. Hopefully kaya natin dalawa lang. But hindi natin kakayanin. But we need to also participate in these kinds of events in real life to spread our reach and kumbaga promote the word of the blockchain, our blockchain internet computer.
Yeah, and one more thing as well is that when you attend these events, especially ito, no, debate siya. So you hear a lot of different perspectives. In Web3 and crypto, we have one shared goal, I guess, like accessibility in all aspects, right? But the way we approach it is so different and ang daming paths na pwedeng i-take. So it's so interesting to hear from these different people, especially esteemed sila sa field, so they really know what they're talking about. And yung insights na nabibigay nila, nakakatulong talaga na mag-form ka ng sarili mong opinion about things. So, yeah, wag na natin patagalin pa, no? Because we have a lot of exciting questions and I want to hear from our very special guests what they think of the event. So, like you mentioned, ang special guest natin, guys, naku, bigatin talaga sila. We have Harry Santos of Stanibol and of course, the GOAT, DJ Patty True. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello. Hey. Hi, kamusta? Ricky, kamusta?
Hello.
Thank you so much for making
Thank you for being with us tonight.
Of course. You know, I would drop anything if I could. If it's droppable, I will drop it for you.
For Web3, right? Exactly. So, obviously, feeling ko kilala na kayo ng Filipino ICP community, but introduce yourselves. Like, what do you do? How'd you get here? And what's your goal in Web3? Let's start with Miss Patty. Yes, formal. Miss Patty.
Natatawa talaga ako. Naalala ko pa rin yung sa La Union na kailangan, kunyari hindi tayo magkakilala. Sabi ko,
exactly.
Seryoso? No, I'm kidding. You know, I'm the comedic relief also of the Web3 community.
Actually.
Because I feel like sometimes people are just too serious, too tense, and
exactly.
I need to crack a joke so people would like, you know, settle down more and be more comfortable.
Tama.
The journey really started in the middle of the pandemic. I was exploring NFTs for music, for musicians, for artists. I had zero background when it comes to blockchain. Actually, to be completely honest, I was scared of crypto. One of my best friends trades, and my husband on paper. Don't ask why I call him that.
It's a long
story. Yeah, we might not have the entire episode for that, so maybe next time. I'm kidding. So I was exposed to a little bit of their experiences, so it I was scared of it because it's something that I didn't understand. And
Yeah.
second of all, I got scammed online for it. That's
Mhm.
Yun
exactly
lang.
how I
Who
met
hasn't?
Urban.
Let's be real,
I know. It's
right?
so funny. It's so and so ironic because before we were afraid of it, and now we're leading education and awareness
Mhm.
for it, right? So
It's
oh,
a
how the
character
tables
growth
have
for
turned,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah, that the journey started there, and knowing me, knowing myself, I highly obsess in things that interest me, things that I think would
Mhm.
create positive impact,
Yeah.
not just for myself, but for and not just for the communities I'm a part of, but really for majority of the Filipinos, because ang hirap-hirap na ng buhay natin, kailangan kung may nakita tayo na paraan
Sakto.
para mapadali ito, 'di ba? Dapat
Yeah.
naman talaga na, 'di ba?
Tama.
Opportunity.
I-champion natin
Opportunity.
siya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Walang
right now,
gatekeepers sa pamilyang 'to.
hindi puwede. Hindi puwede, sisipain natin sila, joke lang.
Tama.
So now I work with a fintech company. Before they were well until now naman they are still the leading authorized agents of Western Union. I work with
Mhm.
BA5 and Search Mobile Access. So I'm in fintech these days.
Mhm.
The creators of SearchPay. It's the first ever community wallet created by Filipinos for Filipinos.
Yon. Great that you
Nice.
mentioned that because we'll circle back to that in a while. I have like a couple of follow-up questions because you posted
Sure.
something recently. But yeah,
Yes.
thanks for introducing yourself to the Filipino community. How about you, Sir Harry Santos? What's your story?
Yun,
So
si
yun,
Harry,
my
oh.
whole life I've been really a marketer. So I've
Mhm.
been marketing for global major brands like Coca-Cola, Nestle, even
Oh,
Spotify locally,
wow.
no.
Mhm.
And then in 2013, like a decade ago, I got into crypto, Bitcoin pa lang nun. That's how I
Mhm.
met my co-founders who actually
Mm.
started SCI, one of the first crypto companies in the country.
Oh,
Even Luis,
geez.
yeah, Luis, one of the speakers in Buller Bear, I actually
Yeah.
met him around that time. And during the time, I got into it, because I was getting into the libertarian movement, the monetary system and all that. Even parang
Mhm.
very deep into the rabbit hole ako on the monetary system at the
Yeah.
time. So, but I never really got into working into crypto. I was just trading, mostly holding, and then
Mhm.
despite being in the space for so long, I still found it so complex to get into crypto. Diba? You need to have a
Agree.
non-custodial wallet,
Yep.
memorize
Yeah.
12 to
There's a
24
lot.
words.
Mhm.
It is a
Mhm.
lot and it's costly. There's a lot of fees associated with it.
Yeah.
So I got into talking with my co-founders now, and we were like, maybe we should solve that. No, maybe creating NFTs should be as simple as have a few
Yeah.
clicks on Instagram, upload an image or
Mhm.
video, and it's an NFT already. And that's basically
Yeah.
what we set out to create with Standable. And then
Mhm.
on the side of users, we also don't want them to get into they don't have to get into crypto. They can buy with
Mhm.
Gcash or Maya BPI. So we are a custodial
Nice.
service similar
Mhm.
to like a Coins PH. Diba? You can withdraw your NFTs from us, but
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
solve that user experience and make it simple, we are a custodial service, but you can withdraw from our platform. So it's available
Mm.
in Play Store and App Store, standable. And I was telling Nelson, my prize tayo for all our viewers later who will download.
Yes. Tama.
Yeah, so special
100
surprise. Make
pesos.
sure you guys stay tuned. We'll tell you how you can get that. So yeah, let's dive right into what happened sa bull or bear. Wag na tayong magpaligoy-ligoy pa, no? What question struck a chord with you? Like, it could be like one or two questions and let us know why or why not. Ganon.
Okay, I'll probably start with that. It's the
Mhm.
if you're bullish or bearish when it comes to fractional ownership, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's the
So
same one for
yeah,
me. Mhm.
yeah, because the majority, I think it was just me and Cheska that said that we're bullish about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're okay. We're championing fractional
Mhm.
ownership.
Mhm.
And For others, I think if I remember correctly, it's because the value goes down. That's one of the reasons that they said why they're against it or they're not for it. Maybe.
Mhm.
I said access for arts and culture in the Philippines should be accessible for all, like people have the
Yeah.
right to buy art that they support, and people, every people, every whichever social class you're a part of, mahirap, mayaman, middle class, upper class, lower class, kahit anong class ba yan,
Tama.
pag gusto mong bumili ng piece of art because it makes you feel good and because it represents something to you, you
Yeah.
should be able to buy it and you should be able to have access to it. And the value doesn't go down. It actually goes higher because
Yep.
more people support it, right? The
Yeah.
more people support it, the more value it has and it develops. Maybe not monetary all the time, but the value always goes higher when more people support it. And
Agree.
that's
Agree.
what art is all about anyway, touching people's lives.
Yeah.
Agree.
So
I
why,
think
Yeah.
the
why
exact
that away from people?
Agree.
exactly. I think the exact question was, parang are you bull or bear? You bullish or bearish for fractionalization
Yeah.
ownership ng art? Tapos I don't exactly remember kung sino nagsabi. Sabi niya, what if daw meron ka isang painting and then divided siya into, let's just say 100, and then ang nakuha mo
Yes.
daw is yung pinakadulo, and then hindi mo daw siya ma-appreciate. But what I think is being forgotten in that kind of POV is that um, kapag nagsusupport ka na artist, it doesn't really matter kung aling part yung nakuha mo eh. Kasi
Yeah.
you look at it as, I'm supporting this artist, I like this art, I own a piece of it. Alam mo
Yeah.
yon? And
Yeah.
Well,
you're right.
well, Mulan, that's a good point. Isipin mo na lang yung isipin na Mona Lisa, sabihin natin.
Mm.
Wala sa Pilipinas, mga Pilipino, as an opportunity to basically able to purchase that. But if ever na fractionalize NFT siya, you'll be a part owner of it.
Mm.
It's mind-blowing thinking of it.
Right? And if you are truly an enthusiast for the arts, gaya nga ng sabi ni Miss Patty, is that it's not always, you don't always look at it sa monetary value lang niya. Because sometimes
Yeah.
the value could mean like sentimental for you, right? So yeah, I guess bullish then for that one. But it's so interesting hearing
Ito, marami
everyone's
bang bearish?
opinion,
Marami
right?
bang bearish
Yeah,
sa
silang dalawa lang
fractionalized?
ni Miss Cheska yung yung bullish on that part. It was a heated
What?
discussion, right? That
Yeah,
particular question.
very,
Yeah.
Bullish.
very heated to the point that I had to stand up for it.
I remember.
Yeah.
And then yun din yung point na she was DJ Patty was on the couch, and then nung nag-explain siya, tumayo siya, and then umupo na lang siya dun sa edge ng couch. So the
Naalala ko.
whole night
Yeah, I
nandun na lang siya
remember.
sa edge. It was that question. Ganun yung energy, guys, ng bull or bear, no?
Si
Yeah,
Patty hindi nawawala ng energy yan.
I think that's beautiful because we're seeing
Mm.
different sides. We're seeing it from different areas of Web3. We have GameFi. That's
Yeah.
GameFi. I'm with
Exactly.
fintech. I'm trying to solve problems of people, right?
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what they're trying to solve there, but definitely it's a part of the ecosystem of Web3. And it's also important. We need them. We need them too. But what my point is, why would you disallow or not support something that would give access to
Yeah.
others?
Mm,
It's
again,
like-
going back to accessibility, right?
And that's all. Ito na, okay. Mamaya na pala. Sige, later na lang.
Heated tayo ulit.
Okay,
Mukhang,
okay.
mukhang may tatayo ulit sa atin.
Okay,
Right?
Harry.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Joke lang.
Yeah.
How about you, Sir Harry? What struck a chord with you? Ano yung napatayo ka din? Because you were so passionate about the question, or like a particular topic during Bull or Bear, La Union.
So I forgot the exact phrasing of the question, pero the one about how important is it for a project to be decentralized? Di ba parang may ganong question? Or parang is
yeah.
it the most
This
important
was
thing?
also heated. I think all
Yeah,
questions are
yeah.
heated, but this one in particular as well.
So ako obviously I think it's important, but also in order to get my mainstream adoption like what we're doing. We are a centralized service, diba? I think we do need centralized services, diba? Like look at Coins PH and onboarded 18 million Filipinos into Web3, or how Gcash and Maya will now onboard 60 million Filipinos.
Outstanding,
right, diba? So it is very important though, because if you look at Ukraine, there were people bringing out Bitcoin in a USB, diba? Naka-Trezor or what, they were able to do that. So very important rin yung decentralization. But I can't go to my old tita, like a senior tita, and say, oh, here's a Trezor wallet, you have to memorize 24 words, blah 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 blah, and all that, diba? So we need centralized system to just get them in, get them used to it, and slowly handhold them towards that decentralized Web3 world, diba?
So you're pushing for
Also,
transition.
it's having centralized businesses or centralized brands already adopting to and integrating blockchain enabled systems to what they already currently have.
I just want to add that Harry, that's a good point. Yeah, Patty, that's a good point as well. Yeah, definitely we need that, of course. But for our blockchain, ito na naman ako, no? Balikan naman sa ICP. What we can do kasi, we can talk na lang separately. What we can do is have a mirror of your centralized front-end server wherein they interact into the blockchain. Meaning to say, right now, other blockchain, Ethereum cannot do that. Solana cannot do that because it's going to be too expensive. But what we're doing is basically even your front end where they interact can be in the blockchain. And you're centralized, it can still be centralized, meaning to say you can still have your own existing one, but at the same time, if ever na Amazon Web Service or Microsoft Azure turns the switch off, internet na wala, your front end, meaning to say, will still live in the blockchain. And since it's global, the node providers are global naman, and you can do it, deploy it separately onto the blockchain. Separate discussion.
I think it's also about. Go ahead, Sir Harry.
Yeah, because we do want to support multiple chains. I was telling you about this in LU. Currently, we just support Solana, pero by end of Q2, we'll support Ethereum and most EVMs. And definitely, that's super cool what you just said. If we can do that, why not? Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk. Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about. I think parang sobrang interesting ng topic ninyo, no? Makikisingit ako sa meeting. I'm kidding. Isa rin talaga sa, while we're talking about it, lagi natin nababanggit, with whatever topic to, no, Web3 related, is yung mass adoption. Kasi yun yung goal natin, and that's where we're obviously heading. And I think tama yung na-mention ninyo, no? I just wanna highlight yung na kailangan natin ng seamless integration, na hindi dapat hard sell na dito na tayo, ito na dapat gawin, push for decentralization. We need that. Okay, this is what we know, this is what we want to know. We have to create like a bridge to get people interested and slowly matutunan nila, no, without them knowing na nalalaman na nila. That's why Axie was so popular, kasi it's a game, tapos they had to learn some other things like yung MetaMask, etc., which they eventually learned without necessarily thinking na, I have to learn this and that, right? So I feel like for us to really have mass adoption, yun talaga, seamless integration and dahan-dahan, a merge of the two, again, of what we currently have and what we want to have pa. I think isa pang related question that was brought up nung Buller Bear was, do you think payments are the most important sector that should be focused on?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So, Miss Patty, what are your thoughts on this? Ito yung pinost mo recently, actually.
Yeah. Yung may pag live.
Yeah.
In-effort ko yan, guys. So, 1 hour ko yung ginawa ko.
Ganda nung edit. Ay, ikaw nag-edit,
Nice.
no? The
No,
edit was the
galing.
best.
I try to make it as entertaining as possible because,
It was.
if it's within the Web3 space, I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of my face already. But if I'm trying to onboard new people, I'm gonna have to try to either trigger their curiosity on why they should be learning with
Keep it
us.
fresh.
1, 2, I should do a fish hook strategy wherein I can sound like a ditz and they would click on it and see, like, did she
That's a
really
good
sound
point.
like it, or was she making a point there? So,
Yeah.
I try to find different ways in how we can onboard new people, because that's what mass adoption is about anyway, really. Web3 isn't just for us. The Web3 events
Yeah.
shouldn't just be for Web3 people in the space. We should be
Exactly.
adapting, and we should be tapping in centralized traditional events, right? Because that's the only way that will also be visible for
Mm-hmm.
people that do not know what we are, or what we do, or what we
Agree.
champion.
Yeah, we
Agree.
have to be very inclusive din talaga of different walks of life, right?
Yep.
And one of the things that you mentioned, which I want to hear from you as well, is about financial inclusion. So what are your thoughts about this, and how do you think we could achieve it, financial inclusion?
Okay, so currently, there's a lot of people, well, of course, us, we have access to our mobile banking, we have access, we have wallets, we have our ATMs, debit cards.
Yeah.
Every street that we look into, parang Jollibee ang BDO, meron yan kada kanto,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, yeah.
Not It's not the case in different areas of the Philippines. Like, there are rural areas in the Mindanao area na they barely have any financial services available for them. Hindi ako lalayo. If here, marami nga tayong accessible nga siya, hindi naman na-approve lahat. First of all,
Yeah.
not everyone is employed. Second of all, not everybody has a valid ID, because in the Philippines, when you need a valid ID, you also need a valid ID, right? Which is, I don't know
Exactly.
how it's that too, but
The
I
mind
hope
games.
it's mind-boggling how we can ask for something and they ask for the same thing, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So, going back to financial inclusivity, like, uh, majority of the population still don't have financial services available for them. They can't do loans. They can't apply for mortgages. They can't request for capital for businesses that they may have the potential to open, but do not have
Yeah.
the money for it, right?
Mhm.
So, uh, because we are in the remittance services, CDA 5 kasi, because it has outlets in those areas wherein there's no banks, there's less access in banks. It became and it replicated the exact same services that banks offer. Only you don't have to apply, or you don't have to get approved. You can just simply go to
Yeah.
the OTC, over the counter. You fill up the form. You remit. You money exchange, foreign exchange,
Yeah.
and like, maybe soon enough we can do that in cryptocurrency too. So,
I
right,
think so, yeah.
yeah.
Di malayo, no? Yeah, right. You're very much right on that. Kasi, ayun nga, parang pinapahirapan pa yung mga tao. So, bakit pa
Yeah.
natin gagawin to, right? I mean, it's their money. What they do with that is their business, no?
Yeah.
And lalo na kung urgent, papahirapan pa. So, ayun, I think really financial
And
inclusion or
yeah,
inclusivity is very, very
I just
important.
I
Kasama
just
na
want
rin
to
dyan
add.
yung education. Yeah, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
just want to add as well. Of course, the Globe is very active.
Hmm.
I think they have their own venture capitalist firm. So they see this Web3 projects as something that is kumbaga dominate in the future, di ba? So think of it na yung cash payment natin right now, GCash. Ilang beses ba kayo nag-GCash on a daily basis? Ako medyo
Yes.
madami. Paymaya medyo
Correct.
madami din.
Guilty.
But yeah, basically this is something digital as well. And well, depending on the direction of the, I cannot say for Globe, of course, but it can be something that is part Web3, decentralized. We do not know. But here's the thing. I think Philippines has this opportunity really to learn the technology behind it. And that's what we're doing in Bull or Bear, really bringing the education regional on locations in the Philippines. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
just want to add that.
How
Yeah,
about you, Sir
we're the
Harry?
most. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Patty.
sorry.
Oh,
We're
go
the
ahead.
most
Energy, I love it.
we're the most social country. We're the most updated when it comes to technology. We love to we love adapting to new things because ayaw natin nagpapahuli. Filipinos don't like to be soloed with stuff that
Yes.
is trending, right? We always want to
Yeah.
lead that. We always want to be the first ones to experience it, right? Kasi
Agree.
mayabang tayo eh. Like we're proud when we're the first ones, when we're on top of this thing. Well, pag sa
That's a good
gaming
point.
tayo
Yeah.
ang nauuna, diba? Kaya it's not impossible. It's really not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
adding to that,
Hopefully.
I remember si Miss Jen, one of her comments was, this struck din sa akin eh. Sabi niya, ang maganda daw sa Web3, why she's also so passionate about it, is dahil remove niya yung barriers of the geographical barriers. Like,
Yes,
di ba before,
exactly.
if you're like from the Philippines, it's super hard to get opportunities abroad or
Yes.
to compete at a global level. But now, since we have Web3 and all these other opportunities brought about by this movement, this change, napakarami na opportunities sa mga Filipinos and na-highlight na talaga yung talent natin. Like before, ginagawa tayong ano lang
Agree.
eh, parang lagi lang tayong stuck sa consumer level,
Third class
right?
citizen.
Oo, but now a lot of Filipinos are really getting into even
Yeah.
developing, marketing even, no? So napakarami na opportunities. So ayun nga, we're able to break a lot of barriers talaga
Yeah,
because
because
of
Filipino
Web3.
talent is world class, diba?
Yeah.
And with the element of
Exactly.
Web
Agree.
three, we have more potential. We have more ability to
Preach.
really put ourselves out there.
Yes,
First,
yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
well, that's my one of my primary goal actually. To be able to have that number one globally adopted decentralized app in the Philippines. Hopefully,
Mhm.
it's not yet here. I haven't even made it, but at least Harry and of course Patty
Are
have created
leading
something
that.
with it. Are
Yeah.
leading that. Maybe I'll
Mm.
follow soon. Definitely.
How
Go
about you,
ahead,
Sir Harry?
Harry.
What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on, financial inclusivity or sa lahat talaga na napag-usapan natin so far?
I think the reason why, because I used to be in fintech, no? I used to work for Paymongo for a while. And I think the
Yeah.
reason fintech startups are so successful is because they're so agile and willing to experiment. And if you compare this to big banks, they're not willing to risk. They're not even willing to innovate. No, I don't want to mention some banks na lang. There are a lot of banks that are still anti-crypto, diba?
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story,
Ooh,
diba? In
trying to stop
2014,
myself.
in 2014, when all this was starting, I remember magsa-start pa lang yung InstaPay. Right now, we all use InstaPay and it's so easy to use. There was a time when banks were against InstaPay because they wanted pag bank A to
Exactly.
Sa
bank A lang,
kanila.
bank B to bank B lang,
Mm.
kanila lang. We shouldn't be able to
Yeah.
trade with each other.
That's a good
And
point.
that was crazy. You know, that's anti the people. That's anti, diba?
Mm.
That's anti what can benefit the country as a whole. So I think that's why startups and like especially in Web3 we're able to innovate is because we're not afraid of what the incumbents are afraid of. These big banks, the
Yeah.
incumbents, they're so afraid of change and innovation. Tayo, that's what we want. And I think that's what's so
Mm.
exciting about Web3, diba? Na all these
Yeah.
incumbents are so scared of what
Agreed.
we're doing. Tayo, that excites us more, diba?
We're
Yeah.
disrupting yung mga traditional systems.
Yeah.
we're
Excited
a
tayong lahat
thriving
eh.
community talaga. We're a thriving community. And imagine this. The market isn't even as it's really bad right now, and we've had losses
Yeah.
because of the bad projects, the bad actors in the space, especially in NFT. But
Yeah.
yung mga fiasco from last year, it's bad. But look at the community right now. It's thriving. It's growing. We have events left
Still
and
alive.
right. We have a street
Yeah.
a street dance competition that is tied with a Web3 meetup. Like those things
Oh,
are
nice.
exciting, diba?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to add as well that going to Harry's point, there was a time before, siguro matanda na ako, hindi ko time to but basically even credit cards are not even
Bakit defensive?
accepted. Oo nga.
May disclaimer
even
agad.
yeah, even credit cards were not accepted. So what happens is, di ba, credit cards companies really has to go approach merchants and tell them about the technology of credit card. What if we do the same? What if we're looking at 3 years in the future, wherein a certain parang sabihan Stanable goes merchant to merchant and was able to convince your favorite merchant to accept their crypto payment. So that is a game changer, and only time will tell. We'll never know, but definitely it's going to happen, I
Yeah,
think.
I think one of the banks then was very accepting with crypto was Union Bank, if I'm not mistaken. And in
Yeah,
one of the
Yeah,
events, right? And in one of the
yeah,
events, kaya na importante yung mga events eh. So I met, I'm not sure if I can say his name, pero he was the um, team leader. Siya yung nag-lead para accept ng Union Bank yung crypto. And yung story niya
oh
was
wow.
like, sabi niya, sa board meeting, like in many board meetings, tinry talaga niya i-convince isa-isa lahat na
Yeah,
maging crypto-friendly na sila. And it was like, it was really hellish for him. Ang tagal, like months in the making. Nag-apply pa sila sa maraming seminars just to prove sa kanila, sa board, na hindi siya scam. And there's like a potential
yeah,
there. And then I was super amazed and in awe kasi ang daming, yung impact ng ginawa ng Union Bank, parang yun yung nag-pave ng way for all other traditionals na, oh, maybe there's something
yeah,
there. Alam mo yon. So for
agree.
me, it's a very pivotal moment, I think.
It takes only one,
So,
yeah.
right?
One
So,
person, one entity, yeah, one group, and
kailangan
yeah,
lang
it
merong
can happen.
mag-start. Kasi like Sir Harry mentioned, takot lahat eh. So kapag meron na nag-risk na isa and then meron sila nakikita na nangyayari, doon na magsusunod-sunod. So I was truly in awe of being in the presence of this disruptor kasi nga isa siya sa mga nauna, and I feel the same
Yeah,
way pag nasa Bull or Bear, like hearing all the panelists, all KOLs, everyone na nag-start ng app nila and all these platforms. It's so amazing kasi nakakatakot talaga. I mean, tayo na educated na may background na with all of these. Sometimes ano pa rin eh, 'di ba? Sometimes parang,
kulang
oh,
pa
wait
din.
lang. Oo, I need to learn more about this and that. So, kaya kapag meron tayong nalalaman, we are so generous sa mga iba kasi ayaw nating maramdaman nila yung same fears. Ayaw nilang mapagdaanan nila yung mga scam na naano natin
Yeah.
before, right? Kaya sobrang sarap to be a part of, this community. So how about you
Uh,
guys? What has been like your favorite community moment na parang this is why I do this. Like may particular conversation ba, particular person na you've met na you feel like
yeah.
you've left an impact whether direct or not.
Sir Harry, ikaw naman muna.
Go
sige.
go ahead,
So,
Harry.
in
You
terms
rin
of
naman.
Yeah, go go.
in terms
Para
of
no,
community, no? In terms of community, what I na-experience ko very recently, because we just launched in February, although soft launch na kami since September, we had a big event in February. And
Congrats,
before
by the
that,
way.
yeah, thank you. I went before that. I went to meetups, syempre to meet people, get noticed by people. I went to
Mm.
Web3 Festival. I went to Philippine
Mm.
Blockchain Week. And what's
Mhm.
interesting is a lot of the people that I met there, that parang naging friends ko lang, they all
Mhm.
showed up to show support in our launch event. And
Wow.
one of the
Nice.
biggest worries if you're gonna start an event is baka langawin event ko. Di ba
Yeah.
yan yung
Oh,
nakakatakot, baka
yes.
langawin event. So,
Yes, yes.
pero just see them na mga minessage ko lang sa Twitter, punta ka naman, show support. Dude, they all showed up and I was like, wow, ito yung Web3 community, ibang-iba
Mhm.
talaga.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Agree.
yeah. Sobrang
Galing.
tight-knit talaga and iba yung support na binibigay nila. They're not just gonna show up, but they will really give you very, very vital
Yeah.
na feedback, no?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, ibang
Agree.
klase ang Web3 community. That's a really great story, wow. How about you, DJ Patty? What has been yung pinaka, ooh, this is why I do this moment for you?
it's probably uh, being willing to let go of my comfort in being
Yeah.
on top of the music industry. I'm
Mm.
willing to let go of the comforts of, because I could just take in all the gigs left and right. I'm set.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Mhm.
But my heart wasn't in it. My heart was in you guys, like in this thing
Mm.
that you guys have started and now I'm a part of. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
I found how people gave so much value with the things that I do every day. Just
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
simple. Because I tend to be too generous that sometimes I get abused by people, but I've never felt that here. And the
Yeah.
fact that that was that was that was the winner for me, and
Mm.
I was willing to let go of comfort in music,
Mm-hmm.
and I am willing to get hungry again, because
Mm.
that way I will know
Nice.
how it feels like. I'm okay
Yeah.
because I found myself being in the same place I was 10 years ago,
Mhm.
hungry and thriving. And
Yeah.
I did it before
Wow.
10 years ago. I made it successful. DJing is a
Yeah.
profession now. The culture is rich. I'm leaving it that way. And
Mhm.
I can do it again with you guys for Web3.
Mhm.
Galing.
Yeah, and ang ganda ng parallel of your careers, no? Though they may at first glance seem very different, but from where you're starting now, like you said before DJing, if sinabi mo na, "Uy, DJ ako," they would judge you, right? Parang di naman profession yun eh. It's more of a hobby. But look at it now. Like you said, it's like a thriving thing, like a
Yeah.
thriving field.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're also doing the same way. Gaya ng nabanggit din ni Sir Ape kanina, it just takes one person then to lead the pack, you know what I mean, and then eventually bring about, you know, a lot of change. And I
Yeah.
think what's interesting then with you, specifically DJ Patty, is that sobrang iba ng audience mo, the people you bring so Web3, because your background is so different, yung reach mo iba din, right? So
Yeah.
you get to talk to people, they recognize you na kahit
Ang
wala
daming
silang idea
fans
about
si Papati.
Web3. Yeah, now that you're talking about it, parang, oh yan na yun, and why is she so passionate about it? Lalo na sobrang infectious na energy mo. And parang naku-curious din sila until eventually, para-pareho na tayo nasa rabbit hole of Web3. Baka next time yung mga
Yeah.
na-encourage mo kasama din natin
Yeah.
sa
Yes.
live stream, right?
Actually, there are a few of people that have been followers of the journey of my career in the
Mm.
music, that they're a part of the NFT groups, and they're
Mm.
interacting there. Na sabi ko, oh
Wow.
wow,
Yeah.
they found Barkada in there. Parang wow, naturuan niya. Oh, meron. Connection. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, may
yeah.
Galing.
right? Like, so it's those things. That's why we are where we are, is because
Mm.
sometimes the stars just align, and we're
Yeah.
called for things that we're meant to do, right?
Mm.
Wala
Yeah,
naman
by the
tayo
way,
sa mga kalalagyan natin if hindi tayo dapat nandun. Nandito tayo
Yeah.
because we're meant to be here.
Well
Yeah.
said, well said.
Yeah, by the
You
way,
were saying,
Patty, I just want to mention that natuwa ako kay, I'm not sure, yung guy,
Is my
driver mo ba?
driver, PJ?
Oo,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh!
Ano siya, invested siya with ICP. Alam niya yung story.
Yes, he knows
Nakakatuwa.
a lot about trading. He knows a lot about trading.
Oo nga,
You see,
alam
like,
na,
Yeah.
alam niya. With
We were
conviction
talking
na,
all
in-explain
night
niya sa
about
akin.
it. Oo,
Yeah.
with hand movements pa talaga siya, right?
you see
Galing.
how passionate he is about it, right? Because he got it
Yeah.
from his mama.
Yes.
Galing.
Kanino pa ba magmamana, right? So it very much ties into what Sir Harry mentioned din as well. It's like
Yeah.
hindi lang siya basta-basta community. It's like a warm hug talaga. Everyone is so welcoming. Parang walang judgmental dito eh. If there's something that you don't know, you can just ask without hesitation. And then they
Yep.
would like generously tell you what it is. Iko-connect ka pa nila with someone who can explain it to
Agree.
you better, if that makes sense. No, so, napaka iba. Sobrang mapagmahal ang Web3. So, if you're single, if you're brokenhearted,
If
Web3.
there are discussions, it's a healthy discussion. Parang,
Exactly.
it's not there will be an argument, but it's a positive type of argument. Because you
Yeah.
guys are trying to
Mm.
prove what is better, what is a better system, what is a better
Mm.
brand, what is a better
Yeah.
area of Web3. But
Yeah.
that's what sparks conversation. That's what sparks
Mhm.
curiosity from
Yep.
people who do not know about the space too. Diba?
Yeah, and
Agree.
everyone's super respectful nga kahit magkakaiba yung opinions. And I love na I don't know if it's a good thing, but for me it is na we don't really take ourselves too seriously. Kasi it's so jarring na sobrang technical ng Web3
Good
and
point.
everything. Pero the individuals who, advocate, who educate, we don't really take ourselves seriously. Like, look at DJ Patty. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
The comedic relief of the group. And
Let's
then,
make it fun.
si Sir Lewis then, right? I mean, there were so many times na parang sabihin niya, okay, I'm gonna answer Beres just because Jen is bullish or just because Cheska is bullish. Right? Alam mo yon, it's so fun and again, very welcoming and still very respectful.
Agree. Ako for me, let's make crypto fun again, to be honest.
Yeah. It is fun now.
Make crypto fun again. Yes. Not scary. Not a scary space. It's fun here, guys. We're friendly. Kami nangangagat.
Unless you ask us. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. No, yeah, it truly is a fun space. And ang ganda kasi, halimbawa tayo, no? Imagine we've been talking to apparently 45 minutes now. And pag nag-start ka ng isa, kunwari, we just mentioned like financial inclusivity, it's gonna snowball into like another topic without you realizing because there's so much conversations to be had, right? And with all the topics na napag-usapan, what do you think yung hindi masyadong na-highlight and you wanna bring a spotlight to? Like, if you could pick a particular topic to bring up for the next Bull or Bear, like a recommendation for Bitskwela, what would that be, you think?
Mahirap yan. Mahirap yan.
Yeah, ako mahirap kasi, I really love what they're doing. As for someone, I'm from the South, here in Metro Manila, I'm from the South. So every time I meet up sa Makati or BGC, it seems so far away from me na. But I know when I show up, if I put it in effort, valuable talaga eh. Diba? So that's why I love what they're doing in Bitskwela na they go to Davao, they go to La Union, and they go
Kasi
regional.
we cannot do it eh. We cannot scale that way. Kaya nila eh, di ba?
Right. So for me, walang topic na hindi na discuss. It was the fact that they were there in La Union is already, their presence is already so valuable to the education in that region, diba?
Yeah.
Agree.
How about you, DJ Patty? What do you think about that?
I think all topics of Bitskwela, because they're one of the leading education platform for anything crypto, blockchain, and Web3. Sila talaga yung sobrang active, and I mad props to Hero and his team for being super dedicated and passionate. With what they're doing, talagang due diligence talaga nila, ang education din naman talaga. Kasi without education, there will be no mass adoption, right? But I guess the only thing, as a business strategist, if I would suggest for any improvements for Bull or Bear, that would be identifying what target market are we hitting for this city? Is it the Web3 enthusiasts? Or are we trying to onboard new people? Because if it's new people, then we're going to have to speak in more simpler terms. But kailangan natin mag-Tagalog kasi hindi naman lahat fluent mag-English, di ba? I know that second language is English and we can speak it fluently, but not everyone could do that. So it's identifying the target market in every city. Pag sa, kunyari, nag Bull or Bear tayo sa Baguio, may intindihan ba nila yung mga sinasabi natin? Pag nag-English tayo, kahit the simplest technology term, baka hindi nila makuha agad, matatakot sila agad. How can we attack in such a manner wherein we're not gonna scare them off, but we're also not eliminating the things that are important about the space? How do we do that?
That's a really good point. Yeah.
We can do that by mixing it with traditional centralized personalities and having a conversation with Web3 experts. Diba? Kaya that's exactly why I'm in Bull or Bear, because I'm no expert. I'm exactly just like the people that are trying to onboard too. Or
you ask the same questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Magandang point yan, DJ Patty. Especially, kumbaga yung known figure na Web2, kumbaga, wala masyado alam with Web3, we can combine it with Web3 na expert. And then from there, I guess malalaman natin kung ano yung mga questions na i-raise na masasagot din ni Web3 expert. And at the same time, napaka-importante magsasalita ng Tagalog. Ako rin, naniniwala ako dyan. Actually, na-mention ko na kay Jiro yan. Jiro, peace. Kailangan natin magsalita more in Filipino. and to bring the word of Web3. Medyo mahirap, 'di ba, in Tagalog. But of course we can find a way to compare it. But kailangan mag-start doon with the basics talaga. Number one, salita tayo in Tagalog. And the second is, sino ba yung target market? Will it be developers? Will it be enthusiasts na? Will it be new? If new, tama si DJ Patty, we have to
and cater the questions sa target market. Correct. It's a good point.
Kasi kunyari nandun ako sa La Union, di ba? Ano yung stable coins? Ano yung pinag-uusapan nila? Hindi ko maintindihan.
Exactly. Point pa lang. Tama.
It's an opportunity loss if we're not, that's the first step in improving the event. Diba? And I know Giro is super yan, nagpa-progress naman yan. Wala namang perfect na event, diba? And there's no perfect system when it comes to educating about something that is also new. Tayo nangangapa, para tayo mga bulag na nangangapa lang din.
Tama.
But we're holding each other's hands, diba? At least that's the important part naman is we're not doing it alone.
We'll get there. Darating din tayo doon.
No, I think we are already getting there because imagine, sobrang bilis ng Bitskwela. Grabe sila mag-scale. So the very first one was end of last year, right? The one in BGC. Bigla meron sila sa Davao and then La Union. Alam mo, sobrang iba talaga yung scaling ng Bitskwela. They were so dedicated to their goal. And ayun nga, those are very good points. But I feel like sa bawat event nila, they are very, very much improving din talaga. Because now, mas mahaba na yung time na pwedeng magtanong yung mga tao. That's why there were a lot of different questions na nabato din. And I like what DJ Patty brought to light na iba-iba nga yung parang naging target during that time. Meron yung may background, meron mga enthusiasts lang, meron talaga na first time nila. I remember her asking, parang, sino ba yung may background na sa Web3? Sino yung ano? So that she knows how to properly answer. So that's a good point na hindi ko masyadong na-realize during the event, no? So, yeah.
So, if hindi siya magagawa, if hindi siya madadala sa market research kung sino yung magiging attendees. Kunyari, wala talaga. Kailangan magugulat na lang yung mga panelists kung sino yung target market nila. Then, it is our job to be prepared. Be prepared to answer as an expert. And be prepared to answer as someone that is teaching like a toddler. Diba?
Exactly. Yun naman laging sinasabi. If you can't explain it to a 5-year-old, then you don't understand it, right? So I think with all the technicalities of like Web3 and trying to teach it or going for mass adoption, dapat alam natin kung paano explain nga to like newbies or even younger crowds even. Kasi yun din with the younger crowd, sila yung very enthusiastic about it, right? I've had like high schoolers ask me, ano ba yan? Sila yung nag-show talaga ng interest Yung mga Gen Zs. So we have to also speak their language, no? Dapat marunong din tayo ng mga shortcut nila and all.
Mga SKL, share ko lang.
Right? For sure. Yung mga ganun, nila, we have to be in with, not only literal na parang kung taga Davao ba sila or kung Tagalog ba sila or whatever. The way na they process information, the metaphors, and we have to make them also see bakit to valuable and ano yung magiging impact niya sa life nila. So those are so many good points.
I just want to add, meron lang comment sa one of our viewers from Echo Del Rio. Fan po ako ni Sir Harry. OG ng BTC since
barkada ko yan. No, he's my friend. Local.
I love it. Thanks, Sir Ego, for supporting Sir Harry. Ayan. I think sobrang ng talk natin, no? Nakakatuwa yung mga chat ng mga tao because I feel like they truly understand kung ano yung vision, mission natin, why we're so passionate about Web3 and everything that we're doing, especially the education side. So what would you say, like to wrap everything up, what was your main takeaway? I know it's hard to pick, but just one main takeaway from the entire event and what you wish to see in future BOB events.
Should I start? Sige.
Yeah, go,
Ako,
Harry.
I just love the community aspect, building on what I said a while ago na, meeting people and seeing them help you in the future is so valuable in this space. Siguro one best example is I think I met Jiro and JC of Bitsquela in one of the meetups lang. I met them lang, diba, a few months ago in a meetup. Cut to a few months later, I'll be in La Union in their event, diba? And they're very supportive. In fact, si JC, their CMO, is helping us with our community. And then Jiro's also been so helpful. I met them lang in a random event. I think it was a Blogapalooza event I think they won an award for a Blogapalooza award, like a content creator award. I met them there lang, and then diba, cut to we're helping each other out now. Even Patty, I just met Patty nung Friday, and looking forward to working with her then. And even you guys, diba, ICP and many other people I met. So I think what I want to see more sana is more events like this, diba? We all started building pandemic, puro Zoom tayo, puro ganito. Sana we'll have
I
more events.
know. In real life,
So,
iba yung in-person connection.
That's right. So, yun, looking forward to more community building and meeting more people in this space.
More to come, Harry.
Yeah, this year is also very much packed with events. I'm sure we'll bump into each other in all of them, if or most of them, if not all. So yeah, that's a good main takeaway talaga. Again, the community is just something else for the Web3 space. No, how about you, DJ Patty? What's your main takeaway for the event, and what are you looking forward to in the future?
My main takeaway would be but because when I went to Davao also, after the Bull or Bear series there, I went there again. I went back there for another Web3 meetup, but that was for Philippine Blockchain Week.
The roadshow.
Breakout. Yes, the
Yeah.
roadshow. So I saw the difference of every city's meetups, and you could really tell which city are like very, very tight, and which city is parang okay, they're disconnected. And
Yeah.
it's not gonna work in the
Yeah.
city. They're gonna have to be united for this if they want this to work. So
Yeah,
my
yeah.
main takeaway really is we all want the same thing. We're fighting for the same things. We believe in the same things. That's why we're all in this community, right? I guess it's just leveraging on each other's strengths, knowing each community's weaknesses, identifying those, and helping each other. Kasi it's not going to, we're not gonna push forward with it. We're not gonna be able to move forward if we're not helping a Web3 aspect that's nahuhuli. Kunyari, nahuhuli tayo sa, let's say, NFT community natin, mababa ang moral, right? Pero ang fintech side of things is thriving. Wala rin. The ecosystem of the community won't be healthy because we also need our NFT creators to use the dApps. So
Exactly, yeah.
we have to help each other. Because if we don't, then it's not going to progress. We're not going to grow.
Yeah.
Therefore, no mass adoption. So unity is really the answer for everything.
Yeah.
Compassion.
This is where it starts though, right? With like the regional events and yun yung mga meetups din talaga. I think they're very, very vital kasi kung laging sa Manila, like me, I'm from Pampanga. So kung laging sa Manila, parang bakit doon lang? Meron din naman kaming community dito. You know what I mean? Parang it goes against the accessibility and inclusivity na inaano natin, na pinopromote or like ini-encourage natin. So having, regional events such as BOB would really encourage yung mga communities na magkakakilala.
And
I remember...
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, quick lang. I just want to add lang din that there's no playbook eh. Walang expert eh. Walang expert sa marketing, wala pang experted community building. We're all learning here because this is a new space, and it really depends on how we iterate along the way. So that's very critical, and scaling along the way at the same time, partnering with each other, helping each other, NFT community, DeFi, stable coins like what Patty mentioned. So walang playbook, but everyone will learn. Tulungan na lang tayo on this.
Yeah, I agree. And ayun nga, I remember like a week ago, I was talking to Miss Cheska if possible na magkaroon ng roadshow for PBW in Pampanga. Kaya lang nagkataon wala ako nun. Pero we were just, she was asking parang, kumusta yung community dyan sa
Yeah, we
Pampanga?
were supposed to go there.
Right?
Kasi I had a final ascent. At dapat
Final
isasabay ko na. Sabi ko,
ascent.
kasi nandun
Yeah.
ako. Sabi ko, do you wanna do
Sayang.
a breakout show there? But you weren't there. So sabi ko, pag wala si Luke, alis, hindi pwede kasi kailangan ko siya doon.
Yeah, and
Kahit
ayun nga yung
sila
parang point na with community parang wala akong maisip at the top of my head, wait lang, meron ba kaming community dito? Because unless mag-set ka ng meet-up, hindi mo sila makikilala. I know a few
yeah.
people, pero iba pa rin kasi if you gather them na, uy, may event tayo. Tapos we're all gonna geek out. Ito lang yung pag-uusapan natin, no judgment. Because I'm sure na-try nyo na ikwento nyo yung same passion, same energy natin to non-Web3 people yet. Tapos they don't
Nakakatawa.
respond. They don't give the same
Yung
energy
parang
kasi hindi,
nangangalang sila.
right?
Tapos parang,
Yeah.
Patty
Parang
has gone
next topic.
crazy. She's lost it. Like,
Yeah.
my friends told me that, like, she was crazy before. She's completely insane now. Wala na. Like, she's gone.
Yeah.
Her friend's gone. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in Web3 now.
Right? So it's a different energy. Kaya napakahalaga talaga ng mga regional meetups kasi you get to build that community. Although, yeah, minsan hindi siya snap na magic o close na kayong lahat. But it starts there eh. Kasi may makikilala ka at may makikilala doon. Kahit isa lang, mag-connect kayo, may bago ka ng kakwentuhan. Alam mo yon, your network just grows and grows and grows. And again, it ties into what Sir Harry said na yung mga random na makikilala mo, hindi mo alam na sila pala yung magkakaroon din ng impact sa'yo or you'll work with them in the future. And, you know,
Yeah.
the value that you give sa isa't isa would be immeasurable, no? So, yun talaga. So, I hope na, alam ko marami pang Buller Bear eh. Jiro didn't want to say kung saan yung next, but I think they're working towards
Alam ko na.
Cebu,
Marami
right?
yan. Kasi,
Marami.
Yeah.
you know how we have festivals?
Grabe.
Like Panagbenga,
Sasabay
live
lahat.
bands. I told kasi I suggested, sabi ko, brother, do you want like for every city or every region's special event, maybe you can hold the Buller Bear showcase kasi doon pinakamaraming
Tama.
tourists, doon pinakamaraming tao, doon
Yeah.
pinakamaraming interesado yung tao lumabas at matuto
Yeah.
at mag-celebrate, di ba? So,
Meet
that could be
people.
another. Yes.
Para siyang side event nung town.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
when we
something
were
like that.
when we were in LU, nasa San Juan tayo, din katabi nating San Fernando. They were also having events, right? So that was super interesting kasi ang ganda nga nun dahil maraming locals who are outside who are very much in the festive spirit. Pero ang dami ding mga tourists na alam mo yon, kahit ilan lang yung
Yeah.
makuha mo doon, again, it would like could spark into like a
Yeah,
very
actually
big
just
thing.
their curiosity of staying just for a little bit. Actually, I met two guys from San Fernando that for some weird reason they saw the event and they just wanted to go.
They
They're
went.
curious.
Oh,
So they
Yeah.
went. They have zero background about what Web3 is about. They just went
Galing.
there and they actually stayed until the last until
Oh,
the last
talaga?
engagement, until the last DJ was
Wow.
until the last DJ song.
I see. Oh,
Galing.
this was for the next event, no, yung sa PBW. I also saw a post wherein meron isang security guard who was part of the conversation, right? You were there. Anong nangyari? Like, what was he saying? Anong takeaway niya for the event?
If I understand it correctly, what happened is he's a guard around Flotsam and Jetsam where the event where
Was, yeah.
Philippine Blockchain Week breakout was being held, and then out na ata siya nun. So naka uniform off na, and then he joined and he said he's interested because I think he's always wanted to sing, so he wanted to discover other horizons daw.
Oh,
Baka
good for
daw,
him.
but if he picked it up so fast too na parang an NFT could be any type of thing that is owned by you, ganyan. Then he understood it perfectly, and he knew how he would be able to leverage it in the future if he decides to pursue his singing career in blockchain
Yeah.
Galing.
utilizing NFTs, diba? And that's something that really touched our soul, especially the heads of Philippine Blockchain Week. Because
Yeah.
if we're able to convert and acquire, or just like hold their hand and walk the necessary first few steps with them, make them feel secure that hey, we're here for you. Like we're in it together. Like we're not experts too, right? We sometimes
We'll
we don't know
figure it
what we're
out
doing
together.
until
Yeah.
we say
Yeah.
we're all the same.
Yeah.
Come and don't get
Galing.
intimidated. Don't be afraid.
That's
Agree.
also a very good. That's why we do it. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the earlier BOB, grabe na pahabang kwentuhan natin, no? But I just want to share my experience then. Sa BGC BOB, I remember hindi natapos yung event doon. Umulan and then like DJ Patty,
Yeah.
nag-DJ ka, right?
Yeah,
And
tayo,
then
Patty.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to DJ too. I
Nagdala
wasn't
ka lang
supposed to
sa
DJ
deck.
inside. I was supposed to DJ outside, and I was like, Jiro, I can just bring my deck. And I saw the coffee area. I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
could be a DJ's booth.
Yeah.
And it worked pretty well. And
Inalis
actually,
yung
it was so
buffet.
genuine. It was so
Yeah.
genuine. It was so sincere.
Nag-breakdance pa si Patty.
People were all friends. As in, kinikilabutan ako ng night na yun. Kasi I was like, this is exactly where I want to be. And this is where I'm going to stay. And finally, I'm going to retire. Yes.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons that made me stop in DJing. Yeah.
You know what? I met someone while you were DJing. And then sabi niya, syempre the usual parang you ask them bakit sila sa Web3, what's their story, right? So this random person, he was like, actually nag-ano lang ako dito, nag-register ako because I saw DJ Patty choose name. Pero hindi ko talaga alam what it is about. But after that, parang so, dumating ka lang nung nag-DJ siya or were you here for the event? Nandun siya for the event. And then yung kasama
Yes.
ko noon, he was like, okay, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos eventually, siya pa yung nag-open ng topic about like what crypto is. I think dahil first BOB yun, we were talking about paano natin ma-approach ang education na hindi ka mukhang cocky, hindi ka nagmamayabang na, uy, alam ko to, ikaw hindi mo. Parang ganon. So it was so relevant sa kanya. Sabi niya, hindi ko alam na nakakatakot siya, pero mas masaya pala pag may mga kasama kang takot. Parang ganun yung sinabi niya. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, okay. So doon ko rin na-realize like, wow, hindi mo kayang i-measure yung impact na madadala ng BOB or like any event at all. Kasi iba-iba talaga yung ano niya, iba-iba yung takeaway ng mga tao, iba-iba yung dadalhin talaga nila
And every encounter is monumental. Every encounter is critical, right?
Yes.
Parang pag may namimit ako na tao na interested about Web3, I will give you my heart and soul and explain to you everything about it that I know from my surface level knowledge with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Agree. Yeah.
And you decide what you want to do with it.
Calculated risks na meron dito.
Yeah.
Pero pinaparamdam ko talaga na parang, this is why I'm here. And the best marketing, the best advertising pitch for that would be, well, I was willing to let go of music for this, so you can believe me now. Like, believe me, because I'm willing to let go of comfort for it.
I'm committed to it. Yeah, 100%. Either you're all in or all out talaga with the space na we're in. So it's super nice to see na okay lang naman yung iba. Like, you don't have to quit your job immediately. You know what I mean? Like, dip your toes into it, see if you like it. Pero believe me when I say na pag nahulog ka na talaga sa rabbit hole, you'll fall in love with it and you'll find ways para ito yung maging lifestyle mo. Right? So, Sir Harry, DJ Patty, grabe yung mga insights niyo. Thank you so
wait
much.
lang, quick Mulan. Add ko lang.
Yes, go.
Philippine Blockchain Week, ICP Manila. Abangan niyo yung side event, official side event definitely. And we did that last year. It's going to be bigger this year definitely.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
And, how about you two? Do you have like special events or may pa-plug ba kayo? What are you guys working on? Let our Filipino ICP community know.
Yep.
You first, Sir
Let's
Harry.
Sir Harry, na-mention mo, napag-usapan natin.
Yung
Meron kang
special, ano natin.
special,
Yes.
natin, with
So,
the community. Go ahead, Harry.
for all our viewers right now, if you download Stannable and you sign up with the keywords bull or bear, no space, just like the name of the app, the name of the event, bull or bear, no space. When you sign up, you will get free 100 pesos in your Stannable wallet. So yun, please do
So
download. Available
generous.
in App Store and Play Store, and you can actually also buy
Nice.
on the web. So yeah,
Until
Ito yung
kailan
start.
ito, Sir Harry? Is it like until Friday only or until when?
it's for
Yeah.
it's up to 300 sign up. So up to 300 viewers right now can
Oh,
claim it.
Okay.
paunahan. Okay.
Paunahan siya,
So
that's right.
guys, please
Paunahan.
download the app Stannable and then use this code Bull or Bear and get
Yep.
100 po sa account ninyo. Thank you so much for this.
Kaya yan,
Sir Harry,
300, Harry.
na-educate na sila tapos na meron pa silang pa incentives, right? So how about you,
Right.
DJ Patty? What are you working on? Saan ka namin makikita next?
Sa next Web3 event for sure. Kasi wala na, retired na ako. Wala na
Kita-kita
akong
tayo.
trabaho. I'm
Kita-kita
technically
tayo.
jobless right now, guys. So, I'm gonna be
Oh.
flashing my wallet ID here. Kidding.
The Gcash, yeah.
Well,
The
well,
MetaMask.
again, we are very busy making sure the community wallet that has a custodial aspect of it and also a non-custodial aspect of it. It's an e-wallet that has Web3 features. It has P2P. Check it out. Search Pay. It's already available for download for Android and iOS. Check it out. Test it out. Let me know what you think sucks. What you think we can improve.
Yeah.
What you think is the best feature there. We really are leading the remittance route and utilizing blockchain for it. So since we've been doing it for more than 16 years, servicing the OFWs with the A5, now because it is partnered with Surge Mobile Access for Surge Pay, I think we could do a whole lot more. Yeah, for
Bigger
every
year
Nice.
coming. Yeah. So we'll try to link everything sa description
sa
box so you guys
description.
can check them out. Whether you're watching this live or sa replay natin dahil marami tayong team replays dyan, we'll make
Yep.
sure na accessible lahat yan and very much easy for you guys to study. What they're working on, pati yung socials na rin ng mga guests natin. So DJ Patty, Sir Harry, maraming salamat po. This was a last minute invite, but you guys
Yeah.
made the time.
Maraming
You
salamat.
dropped everything
Thank you.
just to
Thank you
talk
so much.
about, a very monumental
Yeah.
event. Thank you. We hope to have
Ano
you
lang,
back.
Mulan, final shoutout lang kay Harry at Patty.
Yeah.
Shoutout community nyo or mga people. Sa fan ni Harry, may fan si Harry.
Yeah. So a
Yes.
bunch of my friends, I sent them the link. So a bunch of my friends are
Thank you,
watching.
thank you very much. Harry.
Supportive.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Ang galing.
Thank you po.
Patty,
Oh, sorry.
final shoutout
I
and last
can't.
words.
Huwag naman last words. Sorry.
Oo nga, shoutout, sorry. Ang pangit. Sorry.
Not yet.
Mali.
I'm sorry, I have
Sorry.
dark humor, and I'm really happy the Web3 people that gets my dark humor too.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys. The NFT Alpha community, House of Crypto boys that does the ting dances. They're so
Ooh, yeah.
entertaining.
Oh.
Those guys are so entertaining. People, I think, who are not into Web3 gets into Web3 because they're so entertaining, di ba?
Yeah.
It's the likes of those guys. Sino ba? Netcoin Protocol, my
PJ.
brother. Yes, PJ. Yeah. ICP, thanks guys for
Thank you very
always
much.
giving us a platform to talk about our projects, our missions in the space, and I can't wait to work with you guys again soon.
Yes.
Looking forward.
Thank you so much, you guys. And hopefully we can have you back and then with your respective projects. Tapos let's just focus on that because there's a lot to unpack then eh. A whole different conversation. But yeah, hopefully if time permits, we can have you back here and spark more conversations with you. Thank you so much for making this episode very fruitful. We loved learning from you and have a great night. Thank you, Sir Harry. Thank you, DJ Pat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks, Harry.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye, Mulan.
Thank you so much. Ayan, grabe Sir Ape, nag-enjoy ako ng sobra. Nakakatuwa
Ang galing
pala
niya.
kapag ganito yung mga ano natin, mga pinag-uusapan, no?
Mga
From
Pinoy.
real life. Oo. Ang sarap lang sa pakiramdam na may shared experiences kayo,
Yeah.
pero iba pa rin yung POV na nakuha or ano ninyo, tumatak sa inyo. So how about you, Sir Ape? I think hindi pa natin discuss ano yung pinaka tumatak sa'yo for the BOB event and for this episode.
Yeah, for me, yeah, kaila Bitskwela, Jiro, continue lang yung Polar Bear, definitely. Let's spread awareness to the whole country, and we will continue support, of course, ICP Manila. As much as possible, we want to be on ground, covering it, interviewing people, getting the word out. And objective really, of course, yung buong Web3, di ba? We will then know naman kung sino yung number one, di ba? But yung buong space, tutulungan natin umangat. Angat na lang din yung ICP, di ba? Kasama na rin
Yes.
lahat. So if number one si ICP, then why not? Mas maganda. But if ever 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we will never know. We want to be part of the space and we want to grow it. Yun yung objective natin.
Yeah, for sure. And for me naman, I think nakwento ko, ang daldal ko, na-share ko na lahat ng
Galing
mga main highlights for BOB.
Yeah.
Napakarami. It's hard to pick just one, but I agree with Sir Harry. At the end of the day, what you truly remember talaga are the stories, the people you meet. No, that's always
Yep.
super interesting to me.
Yeah.
Parang why they're in the space, why they're doing what they're doing. And parang iba yung energy talaga. Sobrang nakakahawa kapag sobrang passionate nila. So that's truly, truly amazing. And I'm looking forward to more events. I'm excited na when Jiro said na tuloy-tuloy lang sila, because like we've mentioned, sobrang bilis talaga ng scaling and mga events nila. When they said na they're not gonna lose steam, na same dedication, same passion for the entire year and for the years to come, that got me really excited kasi nagsa-start pa lang tayo. Ang dami na nangyari, ang dami na nagawa,
Exactly.
pero nagsisimula pa lang, and it's so humbling to be a part of it at this very early stage. I feel the same way with ICP Manila. That's why I think yung mga conversations like these are so interesting, because at the end of them, lagi ka merong, oh yeah, that makes sense. Alam mo yon? Like,
Yep.
it's truly like I can't put into words how grateful I am to meet these people and hear from them talaga. Sabi ni Scout Martin, more Pinoy guests. Nakakatuwa
Oo
yung
nga eh.
conversations, right? Iba yung ano eh, yung mga jokes, yung sa culture natin, very specific to us. So
Yeah.
feeling mo para sa'yo talaga yung ep. So yeah, hopefully, Sir Ape, we invite more Filipino guests and we talk more about
I think once a month, let's
events.
do Filipino, 100%
Yes,
Filipino.
oo.
Once a month, yeah, starting April.
So we
Yeah,
have
starting
a
now.
lot, starting now, yeah. So we have a lot in store for you guys. Maraming salamat po. If you enjoyed this one, you'll for sure enjoy yung mga previous and even the future ones. So kung hindi pa
Yeah.
kayo nakasubscribe, what are you guys doing? Make sure to share them sa mga friends niyo. Whether they're in Web3 or not, because you've seen gaano ka-fruitful yung conversation, and hopefully kahit meron lang tayong matulungan. Sabi nga ni DJ Patty, yung term niya is parang
Exactly, yeah.
i-hold mo yung hand nila for their first few crucial steps, no? I hope we can do that for other people as well. So yeah, also we'll be going back sa Wednesday schedule natin for the time being. So
Yeah.
di ba Wednesday tayo, Thursday, and now we're back to Wednesday for a while because of scheduling. I don't want to say issues because of like other schedules na lang. Ayan. Pero we'll be going live ng Wednesday, you guys. Balik tayo sa
Yeah.
Wednesday muna.
Wednesday.
Sir Abe, do you have any other like information that you want to share? I know yung sa Ateneo, do we have details? Can you share
Yeah.
anything about it?
Yeah, it's a big event in Ateneo. It's diba, number 1, number 2, number 3 university in the Philippines, and we'll be working with them, and it's going to be a workshop, 3-day siya, and at the end of the 3-day session, there will be a hackathon actually. Other blockchains will be there, and then yeah,
Wow.
ICP is a co-presenter together with Bitskwela. And yeah, may prize ang mananalo. Kumbaga, napili ng judges. Isa tayo sa mga judges. And yeah,
Am I
Abangan nyo sa
invited to
Twitter.
this? Wah, in-invite ko yung sarili ko.
You are there dapat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this true or dahil pinressure kita live? Because you can't say no
No.
dahil live stream. No, I'm
No,
kidding. I'm
kailangan
kidding.
you need to be there. We need to cover it. And yeah, it's going
Mm.
to be a busy 3 days. And yeah, exciting siya.
Exciting. Grabe. And it's only what, March? There's still
Yeah.
so much to do. It's going to be an exciting year, you guys. Thank you so much for always being here. Not only sa live stream natin, not only for like supporting us sa socials, but actually also
Mhm.
learning about you know, everything na pinuput out natin na topics. All right.
Yep.
So thank you so much, everyone. Maraming salamat po. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. Thank you, everyone. Have
Thank
a
you
great
very
night.
much.
Bye! Maraming salamat.